I love talking cars, Susanna. You know that, and I love talking cars with Brian Bowersock, West Escondido Auto. Hey, good morning.
Glad to be here.
Nice to have you this morning.
Good to see you.
Talking tune-ups and new cars and how important that is. You know, folks might not figure that to be that important, but it is important, right?
Well, let me tell you, Jeff, the tune-up has really changed over the years. I mean, starting with, you know, the 60s and 70s when we had points and condenser and, and distributor caps and rotors and all the stuff, and you replaced it every 30,000 miles, and you were always resetting the point, the dwell and the gap on the points and stuff, and we just don't have any of that anymore.
It's changed a little bit.
A little bit, yes, correct.
Now it's computers, and now the parts are smaller, and they last longer, and they're maybe more expensive, but we're not spending as much time maybe in the shop.
Oh, and let's face it, we get way better performance out of, you know, the engineering that we have now in engines and everything else. So we kind of laid out here. We started with distributor. I didn't go all the way back to the points because that's way back, but those are getting hard to find too. You know, distributor caps and rotors and spark plugs and wires. And then we went on to a coil system where we had a coil with spark plug wires and spark plugs. And now we pretty much have gone to a coil system with a spark plug wire, and now coil over. So basically you have a spark plug and a coil.
What is the coil over?
The coil over is just the coil actually sits on top of the spark plug. It is fired by the computer. There is no distributor. Okay, there's no spark plug wires.
Do you marvel at some of this technology sometimes, how they come up with this stuff?
You know what is really nice? I mean, they are truly have advanced the system without question. So do I marvel at it? When you look back,
the wrong word.
When you look back, you say, "Wow, we've come a long way." Absolutely, like with anything, obviously with laptop computers or anything else. You know, same thing with cars. So yes, we've come a long way in a short period of time.
Tune-ups now, what do you generally run? Say if you're going to have just a general service, a general tune-up for new cars. I know it's a it's a big range, right?
On a V12 BMW or a so it is a big range, and here's why. Because depending on the make model, the difficulty of replacing things, you know, can be labor can come and go quite a bit, obviously, depending on what it is. A 4-cylinder car, quite inexpensive a lot of times. You know, you got 4 spark plugs, an air filter and a fuel filter at max. And now even some cars, we've removed fuel filters from the system. They're in the tank with a pump, and they don't get serviced regularly. So now it may just be an air filter and spark plugs.
And the computer system also now has benefited shops like your own that aren't dealers, but you can get the same quality service.
Oh, absolutely, without question. You know, high quality repair out there, and you know, as far as cars, you asked me a question earlier, you know, are we seeing more smaller problems with cars? Not really. Cars are really being built better. They really are.
That's good
so
news.
The main thing these days we recommend to folks is make sure and service the vehicle as the manufacturer recommends for most things. Some things a little earlier, and stay on top of the maintenance and service, and somebody keeping an eye on your vehicle, and you can keep it in good running order for a long time.
Stay cool today, would you please?
I'm going to try, sir. You do the same.
All right, thanks. Brian Bowersock, West Escondido Auto. Good to see you this morning.
Glad to be here.